Yo, 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 what's up everyone? Titanium Taco here today with episode 2 of the Tacocast. It has been a long time since episode 1, but I'm back with Red Warrior 06.
Hello.
Yes, alright guys. So today we will be briefly talking about season 12, just briefly because we never made a podcast for that, and I feel it's too late to dedicate an entire podcast for a season that already came out, and then it's too late basically. So we're just gonna briefly talk about it, and our main focus of today will be the season 13 discussion. Just give our thoughts, our overall thoughts, a couple things about that, and then I think we should be good to go after that. So to start off, what thoughts on season 12? Quick thoughts on season 12.
Alright, so I have two cousins and their favorite season is season 12.
Alright.
I kind of see why. It's not my favorite, but it's a very good season.
Okay. I would agree. It's a solid season. The praise it gets, I mean, I wouldn't say it's not, it's not, it's a good season. Is it as good as I think people are saying? No, it's got its faults. And I mean, the pacing of that season isn't the best. I mean, it's better. It's way better than season 11. But the pacing was still not as good as season 13. Yeah. Which was way better with pacing. But overall, it was a good season. Unagami was a fine villain. But yeah. But anyways, that's my season 12 thoughts. Our season 12 thoughts now. As for season 13, Zach, you have the honors of going first. What do you think?
All right. So, season 13 for me, it hasn't been this good since season 10. I like season 12, but season 11, I do not like. I'm sorry, I just don't like it.
All right.
But season 13 actually made me feel happy about Ninjago again. As happy as I used to.
Nice. All right, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Huh. Okay. So here's what I think. To be honest, okay. So it's a Cole season. Let's give a round of applause for Cole. He finally has a season now.
Took 9 years.
Honestly, it took 9 years, but hey, we got it.
Nia got season first.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? But anyways, my thoughts. Okay, so a part of me really likes this season. Another part of me is saying this season is not good. And I feel like I don't want to say I'm turning into one of those people who doesn't like the new style of Ninjago, but I think I'm starting to feel it now. It's how do I put it? I just miss the older stuff, I miss Will Film, I miss the 20-minute format. I feel like they're still trying to use that 20-minute format, but just splitting the episodes into 2. So I just wish things were normal, but other than that, I think it's just the actual way the new Ninjago episodes are being put out, the structure, that's what's putting me off. But otherwise, story-wise, the season was phenomenal. It's just the structure is starting to get to me. I used to have no problem with it, but I feel like now it's a little bothersome, but I don't know.
I'm starting to grow on.
See, that's the thing. I wish it was growing on me, but now it's not growing on me. I used to be okay with it. I'm like, oh, this is fine. But I think the problem stems from the fact that these are, if you were to take these episodes and make them 22-minute episodes, they're 8-minute episodes, 8-episode seasons. And I think that's the one thing that bothers me, because we went from 10, we went from 8, we went from 13 to 8 to 10 to 4 to 8 again. And I wish we just stayed at 10. Like, I wish they would at least make, what is it? 20 episodes. I think 20 episodes would be fantastic, but are they going to make 20 episodes? Probably not. I think that's just my only problem. Like, that's starting to get to me. But otherwise, my thoughts on the actual season, though, really good. Skull Sorcerer, great villain. Or not the best villain, but he is a great villain. I really love his theme. And I think I say that for, like, every Ninjago season that comes out. Like, I'm always saying, oh, I love this theme. I love this theme. I love this theme. But with season 13, once again, I love this theme. His theme, at least. The characters in this season too, I really enjoyed. Zane's character never ceases to amaze me, and I'm assuming Kai's character for you never ceases to amaze you. But yeah. What are your thoughts on like the characters and new characters that came in?
Alright, so if I'm gonna start about the ninja first, the ninja, it doesn't only just focus on one ninja, which it has kind of been doing that for the past few seasons, or at least that's how I feel. But like now, like some people got arc, like Nia and Kai got this little arc. Jay kind of got an arc. Then we have new characters. We have the Upply or the Lowly. Their characters were good. Not much to say about their characters because we didn't see them for long, but like they didn't feel like forced characters into it. They felt good characters.
Felt very natural to introduce them as characters, pretty much. And that's what I like about it. Like I agree. Every ninja got a moment to shine, except for Lloyd. But I mean, I'm 100% down with that because Lloyd does get a lot of focus, and to see Lloyd not get focus this time around is a bit refreshing. It's good to see Cole get some focus, and Kai get some focus, and Nia get some focus. I mean, they both became leaders of the Months and the Geckos. And speaking of the Months and the Geckos, those characters were also really great. And then Jay...
Yeah, there wasn't like one character that felt like very out of development. No, not development, like plot.
Exactly. Everything... fit, whatever, however you said it, everyone fit in the puzzle, essentially. They all were just integrated well into the story. And I think that was amazing. Even Wu had something to do this season.
Yeah, he had his depression.
Pretty much, yeah. He was feeling his age. And I did discuss this in my discussion video, how I think at this point, I'm glad, like I said that they either have to kill off Wu, retire Wu, or revitalize Wu. One of those three options. And by the end of the season, they have revitalized Wu. And I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, but then the leaks for the next season says Wu's resting place. Don't know what that means.
I mean, those leaks are probably fake. It's too early for leaks. I mean, the season 13 sets are barely coming out in August. So it's a little too early for leaks. So any leaks that come out right now, I will not believe until proven true. But regardless of which...
It's hard to say, but the only character that didn't really feel like it had character plot kind of felt like the Skull Sorcerer. He was just there to be there.
Well, I mean, technically yes and no. I mean, the Skull Sorcerer... Actually, the Skull Sorcerer plays a very important role, not only in potential future seasons, but past seasons as well, because I think he, for the most part, has been the main supplier of Benchstone, which I really, really enjoyed, like, knowing that. Because we see, because we see in the flashback, when the Upply, or whatever you want to call them now, the Upply, were telling their story. And so he basically got the skull when Vanya was young. And so if that tells me something, I'm thinking that she's around the same age as the ninja. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, if Tommy came out to say anything about that. But if she is the same age as the ninja, that means the ninja were also all pretty young when the Skull Sorcerer became, or when King Vangelis became the Skull Sorcerer. So that tells me that every villain from the start of like season 1 who has had Benchstone probably got their Benchstone from King Vangelis or the Skull Sorcerer. And I think that's pretty cool. And the fact that, you know, he found a big supply, what do you say? A big vendor, or a big someone who basically wants to buy a bunch of Benchstone. The fact that he found someone like that hints to like something big in the next season, I think. Which I thought was also great. Like, they're actually starting to hint to future seasons again. Like, for instance, back in season 3, they hinted tomorrow, right? And then, yeah. So it's like stuff like that. Subtle stuff like that. I enjoy.
So, like, yeah, they're, like, adding stuff. Like, which the last 2 seasons, they don't, like, add anything towards the next season.
Exactly. They just stop. New story. And what I also liked about season 13 is that it acknowledged the last 2 seasons as well.
Yeah. Like, you could have, if they never said anything, you could have just skipped over 11 without knowing. And probably 12.
Exactly. Because they also make a big deal at the beginning of, well, not such a big deal, but of like cleaning the monastery. Because they've been gone for weeks. And because they've been on adventures, versing Asphira, going to the Netherrealm, being in Prime Empire. You know, it's all good stuff. And the fact that... Oh, you go ahead.
And where was Misako through all this?
Okay, that kind of does annoy me. I said this in one of my discussion videos, how... I mean, I'm okay with, like, characters disappearing and then popping up again, but at least give a reason to, like... You know, give a reason as to why they have disappeared. Like, just a simple, oh, Misako, you're back from your thing. It's good to see you again. Or something. Just one line. Just literally one. All it takes is one line, I think. So, I mean...
Yeah. It's not like you need to have, like, a whole story. Just one line.
Exactly, because last time we saw her was in season 10. And she said nothing. Or close to nothing in season 10. And that's fine. I don't care. At the very least, in season 11, they could have had her just standing there in the background, doing something. Same with in Prime Empire. You don't need to have characters, or these characters. Like, Misako essentially lives with them. And to not see her, like, live with them, and then her pop up again, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
So that's, like, one minor nitpick from this season. Like, I'm glad to see she's still around. I know a lot of people hate her, but she is an existing character. She is Lloyd's mom, so for that reason, she needs to be around. But the fact that they keep, like, bringing her and then making her disappear is kind of annoying. But, I mean, very in character of her, too, for leaving her child at the Darkleys boarding school for bad children, so...
Wait, I never heard anybody say that they didn't like Misako.
No, are you kidding me? There's a lot of people who don't like Misako.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
Oh, okay. Well, I've heard it a lot, so I mean, it is what it is. All right, and another thing that okay, so I think we'll just get a lot of the negative stuff out of the way. So, and when I say negative stuff, I mean like minor, very, very minor nitpicks. Second nitpick is the bounty. Like, yay, another bounty. And don't get me wrong, I love the Destiny's bounty. And as you may have all seen... Oh, well, go for it.
I remember when we first got the pictures of bounty, you said you were hoping you would see this in the show somehow.
Did I? No way. Am I... Oh, gosh, did I really?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess my opinion has changed since then. Oh gosh, did I really say that?
Yeah, I believe you did.
Now I'm trying to remember. Maybe I was... frick. I don't know how I said that. I don't know. I remember... If I did say that, I take that back. Well, okay, so here's my train of thought. If I did say that, I guess my opinion has changed since then. Which can happen, guys, by the way. I could change opinions if I feel like it. I'm not too upset that they changed the bounty. Oh wait, I think I said I'd be okay. Maybe I did say I'd like to see it, but there needs to be an explanation as to why. I think
it was. I mean,
maybe I might.
I guess it was
I don't know.
different, like back then, because between 7 and 8 they got a new bounty because it was like a year difference.
Right.
But, like a season later, like a week later, they got a new bounty.
Exactly. So that's just a minor nitpick. I mean, whatever. You know, it's a whatever type of thing. It's good to see it in the show, but why? I guess. Yeah. So that's nitpick number 2. Nitpick number 3. I don't think there is a nitpick number 3. What are your negative thoughts about the season, or if you have any?
At first, when I saw the trailer, I thought this would be like a repeat of season 9, like how they repeated, like in 11 they repeated season 9 with going somewhere else, and then having to find their way back.
Right.
But I didn't really feel that. But that's not really a negative thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much negative, I have to say. The only negative thing was Misako popping out of nowhere.
Oh, by the way, thank you everyone who corrected me in the comments. I know I've been saying in my reaction videos that it was King Vangelis who invited the ninja, when I was wrong, obviously. Looking back, it was Princess Vanya who was like, hey, let's invite the ninja. So, thank you guys for pointing that out. I feel pretty dumb about that. But yeah, so I mean, season 13 is a great season. I love just almost everything about it. I mean, I think the one thing, another thing I didn't like so much was, I guess, that one episode where they're running away from Griefbringer. It was a small clip, but when they were running away from Griefbringer, from the Skull Sorcerer, and they went into that Stronghold Cave, the Skull Sorcerer was still like managing to cross that lava gap, and I thought that he was behind them. So I thought that was kind of weird that, like, they were pretty much running away from. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Oh, I know what we could talk about. The Spinjitzu Burst. What were your thoughts on the Spinjitzu Burst?
Why didn't they have Kai Spinjitzu Burst?
Well, you're right. Lloyd Spinjitzu Burst and Kai Spinjitzu Burst were not in the show this time around.
They didn't even add my favorite minifigure into the show.
They didn't even have that Cole minifigure in the show either. Which, by the way, I think we need updated Lava Arm and a Scar on Cole, like a new figure for Cole. Like, can we please get that updated version of it?
So I'm in a group chat with a few people, and we were talking about how they could have done Spinjitzu Burst Cole better.
Okay.
Like, in Hands of Time, we got those Kai and Nia heads with like the eye.
Right.
We could have gotten that for Cole in this season, in the sets for this season, and it would have been much.
Oh, that would have actually been cool. Yeah. Oh, that actually would have been cool. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, in terms of the Spinjitzu Burst, I thought it was all right. Now, from my understanding, is that only Spinjitzu masters, or people who know Spinjitzu because it's called Spinjitzu Burst, can do the Spinjitzu Burst. That's my understanding of it. Now,
in your reactions, you were confused saying that like only Earth Elementals could do it.
Right, and I think this is a good place to like clear up that confusion. I think after rewatching the episode and thinking about it, I think I've got a good understanding of it. So, from my understanding, is that the Earth Elementals mastered the Spinjitzu Burst, and what that also tells me is that every Earth Elemental was a Spinjitzu master, which is really cool because we know that not every Elemental master, especially like for instance Kai and Nia's parents, we don't know if they know Spinjitzu, but I doubt they know Spinjitzu. Like, not everyone bothered to learn Spinjitzu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's cool to see that the Earth Elementals, pretty much Cole's generation, like his entire family, are Spinjitzu Masters. Which I could see why it is that they are the ones that mastered the Spinjitzu Burst.
But from what my understanding of it was that all Spinjitzu Masters can unlock it, but only Earth Spinjitzu Masters have unlocked it.
Exactly.
But I could be wrong.
No, yeah, that is exactly what I think they're trying to infer. Now, the question is, though, like, the question now comes into play, what Spinjitzu Masters can do the Spinjitzu Burst, because I don't know how Lloyd could do the Spinjitzu Burst. I mean, Kai could probably do it if he's in a volcano surrounded by lava. Zane could probably do it like in a high mountain where he's surrounded by ice, or for instance like in the Never Realm. Let's say Jay in a thunderstorm, Nia in the middle of the ocean. Lloyd, honestly, I don't know. And I've also been seeing... Oh, go for it. Sorry.
Well, apparently the next season is a water chapter.
Well, I think that's speculation, but I honestly think the same. I'm really hoping that next season's about Nia. But I was gonna say that people have been mentioning how Nia I can't even talk. Have potentially done Spinjitzu Burst in season 5. Because of like that huge wave and that giant water tornado ish.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. But I think the problem with that is that if you need to know Spinjitzu to do the Spinjitzu Burst, Nia did not know Spinjitzu at that time.
True, but if what you were saying about Kai being in the volcano, we saw that in his True Potential episode.
Yeah, and he was flying in that episode too.
Yeah.
So, but we also didn't see this giant tornado. Or maybe he did do a giant tornado inside the volcano, which is how he got out of it in the first place. We just didn't see it. And that would also make sense because Kai knew Spinjitzu at that time.
Yeah. But then it gets confusing because have some of them reached their true potential and then some of them have only reached Burst?
So I think, I don't know. I think their true potentials were their true potentials. I don't think any of them has unlocked the Spinjitzu Burst because it could also be that you may need to unlock your true potential before unlocking Spinjitzu Burst because the ninjas heavily depended on the golden weapons to unlock their true potentials. So I don't think they were strong enough yet to unlock Spinjitzu Burst. So that's my take on it, at least.
See, now season 13 has got me confused on who can do it and who can't.
Yeah, I mean, Spinjitzu Masters surrounded by their elements, but there's one Spinjitzu Master who can't really do it because what does he have to be surrounded by, you know? And I'm referring to Lloyd in this case.
So, if Jay were surrounded by a whole lightning storm.
Right. I'm assuming he could unlock a Spinjitzu Burst. Which would kind of suck, like... like, you could only do your Spinjitzu Burst when you're surrounded by your element. And it obviously, again, it makes more sense that the Earth Elementals have mastered it first because they're literally surrounded by their element 24/7. Maybe not as much as being underground, but still.
So they need Spinjitzu, True Potential, Forbidden Spinjitzu, and then Burst.
Well, yeah, those are all the Spinjitzu types, but I don't think you need all of them to do the Spinjitzu Burst.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
You don't need all of them, but like, that's all the ones that we saw in the show.
Right, Spinjitzu, Forbidden Spinjitzu, and Spinjitzu Burst. And Air Jitsu, I guess you could count as one. But yeah, I guess that's my take on the Spinjitzu Burst. I mean, it's confusing-ish still. But I mean, it's a cool power that we'll probably never see again. So, there's that.
Yeah, like the golden weapons.
Yep. Or like Air Jitsu. Although, I did notice something. Go ahead.
They'll just mention it a few seasons later.
Right, in season 12. Now, there is something I did notice. I don't know if anybody picked on it. It's very subtle. But I think in this season, they have used Spinjitzu the most. Like, I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if I'm just crazy. But I think they've used Spinjitzu a lot in this season. And I really like that. But I don't know if that's true. I need to, like, count every season. How many times did they do Spinjitzu in this season? How many times in this I can't even talk. Did they do Spinjitzu in this season? So I could be wrong. But I felt like they really used Spinjitzu a lot. And I liked that. Now, on to the next topic. Which is Cole's mom. What'd you think about that? Lily. Gilly, Millie, Lily. What'd you think?
It's confusing when she dies.
Oh, I don't have a theory, but I was going to say, I have an idea of where she died, of when she died, I mean. Because people were saying she died, like, shortly after that little flashback. But that wouldn't make sense. So first we need to establish how much time has it been from that flashback to the flashback Cole had in Sons of Garmadon when he was meeting Wu on the top of the mountain. Because he obviously goes up there, he climbs because he's saddened over his mother's death. Now, I'm not saying people can't be sad for multiple years. Like, that's totally understandable. Like, if his mom did die, like, shortly after he made that promise to her, like, it's still understandable that Cole still feels sad about his mother's him losing his mother. But there's, I think,
But in the flashback, he said that she just died.
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention. Like, but the problem is that the flashback in Sons of Garmadon, he said that he recently lost someone. So first we need to establish how many years have passed. And what I'm thinking, I don't know how old Cole was in that flashback, but I want to say like 2 to 4 years maybe. So I don't know.
How would someone be sick like that for so many years? I mean, it's possible.
Right.
But
she maybe could have recently gotten sick too, like maybe, or I don't know, to be honest. But it was kind of sad to see that though. Like to see Cole's mom was a very nice thing to do. But it was kind of sad. I felt bad for Cole. Like, I feel more bad now. Like, the flashback made me feel bad. And since the Garmadon, that flashback made me feel bad. But now I feel even worse for Cole.
But I don't know what was worse. The whole flashback? I mean, like, if you put the flashback in that scene where Kai and Zane tell that little gecko that she died, that makes it put weight on it more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Because, I mean... Yeah, and... The crazy part is, she died, like, maybe tops, maybe 1 year before the events of the pilot episodes. Maybe 1 year. So, it's not like she died many years ago. She died maybe, like, tops 5 years ago, maybe? I don't know how long, or I don't know how much time has it been from the pilot episodes, but she has only have, like, a few years. Not even a decade, I think. Like dead. So, yeah. I mean, Zane's dad also died not too long ago, but I mean, yeah. It's sad. But I thought that was really nice. I thought it was cool to see, like, Cole's history and his mom's legacy and him, you know, following that legacy. I thought that was cool.
But the thing is, it's obvious, like, why, but, like, Wu should have, like, mentioned it. They can't just keep adding on to the past.
I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong, like, obviously, off-screen, maybe he tells him things, but I don't think there needs to be an explanation for everything. Like, you can include more things, like, from the past, but, like, it's it's as the story comes. Like, for instance, like, when I was younger, like, this is just an example. When I was younger, I didn't know much about, like, my grandma's past. And, like, she never told me until I actually asked. So I feel like it's something similar, like, right now. Like, the circumstances make those kind of things come out. Like, he's not going to just randomly one day be like, ah, yes, Kai, Nia, your parents were good fighters during Crux and Acronics, you know? Like, you know?
I mean, we're seeing Maya next season. Wait.
Apparently so, yes.
Yeah, we're seeing Maya.
Yes, Maya. Which is great. I think that's cool. But I mean, that's what I'm getting at. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think the circumstance depends. Like, the circumstance is what makes these things come out. And so, in this case, these circumstances that Cole was in, and especially the fact that his mom was very involved with, like, the months and the geckos and the Skull Sorcerer, or Griefbringer, really just brought out more history about Cole's mom. So that was nice. Again, I'm going to keep saying that. I think Cole's mom conclusion was nice.
Alright, I just want to say one thing quickly.
Yeah.
July 19th was
Oh,
when
that's right. Prime Empire.
The first 2 Prime Empire episodes are on network.
Yeah, guys, make sure to go watch Prime Empire. I've been trying to see if I have it on, like, the scheduling for it on my TV, but I haven't seen anything yet, but I am keeping an eye out
for Eastern Standard Time. It's at 11 a.m.
Alright. So that's like 9 a.m., I think. I don't know, to be honest. Alright. Back to Season 13 discussion, though. So that's that. We've talked about Spinjitzu Burst. I've talked about my nitpicks. Oh! Vanya. Vanya is a character. And can I just say I love her character? She
was a great character.
She was beautiful. I like how so many people were saying that her figure, or that she looked ugly. Well, for starters, I never thought she was ugly. She just looked slightly different, obviously, from the rest. And to finally see her character, I think her character was really well done, and just everything about her was awesome.
At first, when we first saw the pictures, I felt like it would be weird for Cole to get a love interest now.
Right.
But I don't know if she still called a love interest for him, but now it feels much better.
For sure. Like, they give subtle hints that they like each other. And I know it was like pushing for like a kiss between them two and the reactions, but I'm obviously just joking. Like, if they kiss or not, it doesn't really matter. If they hook up, doesn't really matter. But there is subtle hints that they like each other, and if they can do something with it. But will they? Who knows? If they do, great. If they don't, also great. Chompy, I also love Chompy. King Vangelis is a villain, decent, not the best, but decent. Vengestone, pretty great. Awakened Warriors, pretty great. Munts and the Geckos, I love them. Oh, wait, which do you prefer, Munts or Geckos?
I've never actually got asked this question before. Let me see. Will I get kicked out of the podcast if I pick a wrong answer?
No.
I like the Geckos.
Alright. I like the Geckos too, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I liked what was his name? The Chancellor before Kai?
Yeah, the Chancellor.
I don't remember his name, but I just like the Geckos overall. I like the Munces as well. In particular, I like Mert. I mean, if Mert was a Gecko, I'd love Mert even more. But I feel like if he was a Gecko, his character, he wouldn't be the same character. So I personally love Mert, but I overall like the Geckos. So on the month, when we had that thing, Jay about to become a king to the month's queen, I forget her name. So, yeah, I don't remember her name either.
In a group chat that I'm in, they keep spamming that it's better for Jay to be with the queen.
Okay,
as a joke.
Well, as a joke, okay, but honestly, this whole Nia and Jay thing, that they're not meant for each other, that it's a toxic relationship, is starting to get a little annoying. That Nia doesn't deserve Jay. I completely think that is false. I think they are perfect together. And I think I said this in one of my discussion videos. Just because that relationship isn't what you expect or is different from any relationship you've been in or have seen, that doesn't mean that relationship isn't working or is toxic. There are a multitude of different relationships. So, go for it.
The only problem with the relationship is that she doesn't say I love you back.
And again, I think that's... first, I was also saying, like, asking why she hasn't been saying that. But again, I think it's just Nia. That's a character trait of her. It's not that she doesn't love Jay. It's just that it's kind of awkward saying that. Like, in any case, I think the relationship was perfect. Or no relationship's perfect, but I think it works between them two. And to see more of their relationship. The fact that they brought up the yin yang thing in this season, that was just phenomenal. I loved that so much. It's like small things like that make me happy.
I feel like their suits should have it. So.
What was that?
I feel like their suits should have the yin yang symbol somewhere.
Oh, that would be cool. Although, maybe, I don't know. That'd be cool though, actually. I'd dig that. So moving past relationships and all that stuff. Let's talk about the finale. And we'll end it off here with the finale. Our thoughts have been pretty much everywhere, but there has not been real structure. It's just been us blurting out stuff, but I mean, hey, what the heck. So, final thoughts on the finale. What did you think of the finale?
So, finale, I see it as episode 15 and 16.
Yeah.
Those episodes are the best out of the season. The story is great. I love how 15 is leading up to it, as it still is part of it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, as 15 is like the beginning and then 16 is the end. It's like it's as if it was a 22-minute episode.
Yeah, I missed that.
I totally like it. The animation in this season, by the way, was phenomenal. Beyond phenomenal.
Yes, that is true.
Like, I can never get enough of it, to be honest. Like, as much as
I miss film, but I love animation.
Yeah, like I said, I do miss Will Film. Like, it's nostalgia for me. Like, if you give me something Will Film, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I love it. But in terms of animation, like, I'll keep saying this forever. If they combine the Will Film look with the Wild Brain style of animation, you've got, like, perfect Ninjago right there.
Like, if Will Film did the characters, and then Wild Brain did, like, all the powers, that would be amazing, yes.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. I think that would just make for the best season ever, in terms of animation and stuff.
Yes.
So, the fact that the blades had no significance at first was like, what the heck? But at the same time, big thumbs up that it wasn't the blades that held the significance. It was the person wielding the blades. So, I thought that was big thumbs up. Good for them.
Yeah, you said that in your reaction. It's like, it matters who's wielding the blades, not the blades.
Exactly. Exactly. And I tried finding an instance where Cole was misled to believe that the blades had any significance. And I think I could see how he got to that conclusion. But I'm still trying to figure it out. Like,
he got to the conclusion that the Sorcerers defeated Griefbringer because the Geckos and Mutts told him that that's how Griefbringer was destroyed.
And not only that, those were the things that Lily left behind for them to protect them. So that also makes never mind. So it makes sense that he was led to that conclusion. But that's pretty cool. And the way they ended this season, I thought was also really good. Like, the fact that they're going on another adventure. And I said this in my reaction. It could be, like, literally the next season that they're going into. Or probably just a one-off adventure that we're never going to see.
I hope it's going into the next season so that we don't start off season 11, the season 11 suits again.
Alright, right. But to be honest, I think that's what they're going to do. I mean, it is what it is. Well, I don't know. Do you have any more thoughts? I think I've said just about everything.
I want to say two more things.
All right, go for it.
Okay. So one, I'm really hoping the buyer is Piper. Because Piper has known the ninja for so long that he would know that Venstone is the source that stops their power.
All right. I dig it. Pythor, okay.
And the second thing I want to say, Mert for President 2020.
Hey, I agree with this. Let's get Mert to be president. Can we do that? Let's do that. You heard it here, guys. Mert 2020.
Also, Zane didn't really look like a penguin in the show. Got me a little sad.
Oh yeah, you were saying that in the set thoughts, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Good times. Well, I think that's going to do it then. I have no more thoughts, I think. Well, actually, no. One more thought. Just one more. Let's... I really don't like... this is just one nitpick. Another nitpick. The Firestone mech set. Why? Why would you make a set that's for Kai and Cole when in the show it's just for Cole? That was kind of annoying.
Wait, what was that? The audio broke. What was it? What you said?
Oh, I was just saying, Kai, Cole, the Firestone mech should have been Cole's set. My only complaint, in terms of sets, at least, why does that have to be a Kai and Cole set? Why not Cole? In the show, it's just purely Cole. I was expecting a team up between them to make that mech or something. In the show, never happened. Just ended up being Cole's. Now I'm upset that the set is Firestone mech and not just Cole's mech.
Yeah, I want to see the reference picture they used to say it as a Firestone mech.
What do you mean? It's literally, the set is literally called the Firestone mech.
Zane's minor creature should have come with Kai, not Cole.
Oh, that too. True. Well, actually, yeah. Because they end up fighting the minor creature. You're right. Whatever. Those are nitpicks from sets that don't really matter to me. I mean, that's just the one. But I don't know. But I think that's it. I think those are my final thoughts. Great season. 10. No, I was about to give it a 10 out of 10 when I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. But it was good. It was a good season.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
All right. I need to rank my season. I'm at two videos. I said this. I said I was going to do the intro video, but I'm also going to do a ranking of the seasons. I don't know where Master of the Mountain ranks. I might have to rearrange some things too, but look forward to that. Hopefully, it comes out soon.
At first I said Master of the Mountain was my favorite season, but now I'm thinking it could turn into my top 3.
Oh, top 3. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I'll have to see. I'll have to think about it hard. And maybe rewatch all of Ninjago, but I don't know. But I think with that said, no more closing thoughts. You got anything else to say?
No.
Alright, so I think that'll do it for now. Then this has been almost an hour podcast. Wow. Not quite though. Not quite. But yeah, I think I've said just about everything I wanted to say. I know it wasn't really organized, but that I don't know. That's how I do things, I guess. Yeah. So, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed. Red Warrior, you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Yeah. Bye.
Alright. Are you actually? I was gonna ask you. You want to do the outro this time?
All right.
Go for it.
Takio and Red Warrior out.